Hey guys, I hope you guys can hear me okay. You won't see me in this video. I've decided to turn my camera down because I'm cooking. I'm actually cooking some chicken, some fried chicken that I have a story about. I know that you guys know about my situation that happened to me last week, and that we didn't have any money for food. And then a few of you came through and gave some money, and I was able to go get a few groceries off of that and feed my family for the week. And I thank you guys so much. I'm going to give you guys this testimony because I know that there are some of you that are facing some of the same things that I do or that I am, and I know that this will help you. So today, my sister-in-law, she called me over to my other sister-in-law's house. She told me to come over there. I thought something was wrong, I thought maybe, there was going to be some bad news because she had called my husband and told me to get over there as soon as possible. So I did. I got over there, and I was actually recording a video when I got the call, but everything's fine. I went over there, and she picked up a whole case of chicken. And she was giving it out to all of us just because she didn't have room in her freezer to fit it all. I mean, she has no idea how much she blessed me because she gave me 2 bags of chicken, which had about 30 chicken wings in them each. And that's what I'm going to feed for my family tonight. But my point is, she didn't see my video. I didn't call her. My husband didn't call her. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know the situation. She didn't know the severity of us not having any food and everything, and that we were getting low. She didn't know any of that. And I know that was God that provided because she didn't know how much she blessed me. I hugged her. I said, "Thank you, sister. We needed this so much. Just thank you." And I was trying to hold back tears because I was so grateful. I knew God was providing for me. And I know that story will help some of you because there are some of you that are going through situations too where you're looking in your refrigerator and there's just no food, or you're looking in your wallet and there's just no money to provide. God will provide the way. And although I wasn't worried about it, I was relying on God to help me. I didn't ask for any help. I didn't ask for any money. I didn't ask for anybody to help me. I just was praying to God and crying out to God and asking him to help me. And he came through with he came through with finances, and he also came through with providing food as well. So even if you cannot see the way, God will provide the way. I'm going to give you another example. When I first moved to Alabama, and sorry if you hear my knife, I'm cutting right now. When I first moved to Alabama, the building that I was staying in, it wasn't much of anything at all. I mean, it had rooms, but I didn't have any beds. I didn't have any sheets. I didn't have any pots. I didn't have any pans. This place didn't have a refrigerator or a stove to cook it on. I mean, it was just, all I had was my children, my van, which had a few clothes for my kids, and I was able to grab a few things like underwear and socks and a few pants and stuff for my children, but I didn't grab my clothes. I left them behind. So all I had was the clothes on my back. And lo and behold, school was fixing to start. So I didn't know that the school out here required uniforms. So I'm sitting here, like, God, what am I gonna do? There's nothing I can do right now because I had just left my job too, so I didn't have very much money. And lo and behold, the guy that my mom was dating at the time, his sister, she came and donated to me some school clothes that she had, which was a blessing because she didn't know the severity of my situation. And then I was able to go to the thrift store and find a few clothes for them as well. And it just so happened all of the clothes that I found were in their size. Yes, they were secondhand, but they didn't have any holes. They weren't stinky or dirty. They were good school clothes that I could use for them. And I was in need of them. So I knew that was God providing them for me. And I had 4 children to get school uniforms for as well. So, I mean, they didn't have everything that they needed, but they had enough to get them through to get them started to be able to go to school. So that was God. And then I remember, like I told you, I didn't have any clothes. So I remember when I went to the thrift store the next day after I had gotten all of the school clothes, I went to a different thrift store that we have here, and I just decided to check it out. I only had maybe a few $100s at the time, and this was supposed to last me until I don't know when, because I didn't know when I was going to get another job. But I went ahead and went in there, and the lady said, today only, and this is the first time that we've ever had this sale, everything in the store is 99 cents. Shoes, clothes, well, she said shoes, clothes, and I think purses were all 99 cents. I knew that was God too, because he knew I needed some clothes. I was able to get about $20 worth of clothes. I got me a little handbag. It was, you know, one of those old fashioned brown. It didn't even zip, but you know, it was only 99 cents. So I needed one. And I bought me a little handbag. I think I bought me like 2 pairs of shoes and I think it was like a few shirts, a few dresses, and like a few pair of shorts. For $20, I was able to buy a little wardrobe for me to wear. That was God, because she even said, you know what, we never have this sale, but you know, we just have so much right now that we need to get rid of some, and I'm gonna go ahead and put everything on 99 cents. And she announced that the moment I was in the store. It was amazing. My mom had lived there for 2 years, and she's like, wow, you know, I've been coming in this thrift store for, well, no, it was a year. I think she had been living there. I've been coming in this thrift store for a year, and they've never had this sale. And she even said they've never had this sale. So I knew that was God. Also, that's whenever my family members, some of them were still living here, like my grandmother, one of my uncles was living here, my auntie, my mom was still living here in Alabama. And when I say they came through for me, they came through. I didn't even ask them for help. This is what's so crazy. I didn't even ask them for help. They donated pots. They donated pans. They donated plates, cups. My uncle, he donated an electric oven, you know, like one of those rotisserie ovens where you can like do rotisserie, or you can transform it into a miniature oven to, like, you know, cook toast and stuff like that. I remember I used that to cook chicken in, biscuits, whatever. It was just a little counter sit-in oven, and it was tiny. It wasn't very big. He brought that over. There was a freezer that my auntie donated for me to put my chicken and, you know, my meats and stuff like that in. Somebody donated one of those small refrigerators that I was able to keep some eggs and some milk cold in. And I love strawberries and things like that, so I kept my little strawberries and just a few things for the kids to snack on, some lunch meat, you know, things like that. In there, beds were donated to me. My kids were all sleeping, well, there was a king size bed, a full size bed, and a twin size bed. All 3 of the little kids slept in the king size bed. I slept in the full size bed, and my oldest son slept in the twin size bed. Yeah, I didn't want the kids to sleep on one bed, but I had no other choice. But I got a bed donated to me. It just so happened that I went to the thrift store, and they had a couch, a whole couch for $5. I went ahead and got that and had my uncle put that on his truck and deliver it to the building. So we also had something to sit on. My uncle, it just so happened he just bought a new TV a new flat screen TV for his room. So his old box TV that he had, he said, well, do you want it? I was like, sure, I'll take it. So we had an old 32-inch box TV to watch. And I remember my mom, she brought a DVD player and some movies for us to watch. So we were watching those DVDs, I remember, over and over and over and over and over again. I think they were like SpongeBob, what else? The Notebook, you know, just a few DVDs like that. And she brought them over and we watched them over and over again. And this is what we did. There was no heating or no cooling inside of this building. So during the summertime, it was gruelingly hot. And then during the winter, it was the coldest I've ever felt in my life. So they donated blankets to us. We were able to bundle up with blankets. Even though it was still freezing cold, we still endured that. They donated food. I was able to get on food stamps as well to provide for my family to get some food stamps, to get some food. I mean, the blessings were just endless. And this is all after I left my home in New Mexico, my good job, making $21 an hour. As a flight attendant, I was making good money. I left my good home and everything, and I came to Alabama in obedience to my Father God. I'm telling you guys this because don't sit there and worry about your situation. God knows you have need of it. And when you're called out, I mean, he will provide for you. He will give you the provisions. Sometimes you have to endure some hard things. I wasn't able to get a job right away. And I remember since I had to quit my old job, they had made a mistake somehow and overpaid me about $400. And they never, and I called them. I said, you guys overpaid me. They said, it's okay. You know, they explained it some kind of weird way. But after I had called them and told them that the mistake was there and they said it was okay, I went ahead and kept that money. And I knew that was God as well. Because if it was for me to pay that money back, I would have paid it back. But it was just so happened that God made it work out that I was able to keep it. So that got me through a few more weeks. You know, it got me gas to get my kids to school and to, you know, buy oddball things. We were paying the electricity as well at the building. It just so happened that the boyfriend that my mom was with, he actually paid my electricity for a few months. So that was taken care of, but then I had to start taking care of that. I had to go get a new phone because I was with T-Mobile, and my phone bill, I had unlimited everything, and plus international because of my traveling as a flight attendant. I had to have international. So, you know, you can imagine my phone bill was over $100, so I couldn't keep that. So I had to go to Walmart, and I still have that cheap little Walmart phone. I still use it till this day. That's $25 a month. And I get unlimited, no, I don't get unlimited anything. I get text messages, and I get calling, and I only get 1 gigabyte of data for the internet on my phone. But, you know, it's a limited plan. I don't have unlimited everything like I did before. It's limited, but it works for me, and it's only $25. I still, like I said, use that phone till this day. To call and text on, even though I don't have, you know, many text messages, or calling minutes, but I still am grateful for what God has provided for me. He has brought me a long way. And even whenever I met my husband, he actually moved into that building with me because he was living with his sister at the moment. And she went ahead and kept the trailer. So, because the trailer wasn't even big enough for me and my family to fit in anyway. So he went ahead and let her, you know, she kept the trailer. And my husband moved into that building with me. And we lived in that building for a good 6-7 months before we were well, I want to say it was a good 6 months together before we were even able to get enough money to get in this apartment that we're in right now. Ooh, it's thundering. That before we were able to get into the apartment that we have right now. So I'm telling you guys all of this because I just know it will help somebody out there. There might be somebody out there that's struggling like I did, that couldn't see the way. You just can't see the way. You don't see how things are going to happen, or you don't see how things are going to come through. I'm a testimony even right now. My rent is not paid this month. And I don't know how God is going to make the way, but he hasn't failed me yet. And I know that God will make the way for us to be able to pay that thing. So I'm not going to sit up here and worry about it, you know. And there might be some of you that are facing the same situations that I did. You don't have, sorry, that's the grease popping. You don't see the money, you don't see the food in your refrigerator, but somehow, some way, God will make the way for you, you know, and you don't have to sit there and beg everybody and, you know, let everybody know your sob story. And not that it's a sob story, but you know what I mean. There are some people that just beg and beg and beg. They don't rely on God at all, you know. They just take things in their own hands and feel like that's going to be sufficient enough, but it's not. You just need to continue to rely on your Father God to pull you through, to bring you through, and to give you the provisions that you need, because he sees the need that you have, and he already sees the big picture. We only see what's right in front of us. We don't know what's going on in the spiritual realm, where he's working things out for us. He's ordering the steps for things to work out for us. And so I just have to say to you all, keep your head up, pray, keep your hopes up. And I know that this is my message right now, but this is my message in my heart for even myself right now as I'm going through these struggling times. I have to keep reminding myself, Zipporah, keep that smile on your face, keep that smile in your heart, and God will see you through. God will provide for you. So that is my message to you all right now, because God will make the way. I love you guys. I hope that my testimony helped you guys out. And I pray that we all just come together in the body of Christ, pray for one another, uplift each other, and let each other know that it's going to be okay. I love you guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.